What's up, y'all? Welcome to Dan Miller TV. This is the first episode in what I hope will be a daily, maybe weekly log of what it's like to be a founder and build in public. A little bit about me. I'm a three-time founder. I've largely started companies in healthcare and Silicon Valley. I've raised across all my ventures maybe over $7 million from some really large, reputable institutional VC funds that you would definitely know about. And on top of that, I'm a 304 marathoner, an international product design award winner, a published author, and an artist. I'm a writer as well, and an actor. Here on this channel, I want to create a space to share a bit about myself and my process, but also in the hopes of helping young entrepreneurs better understand how to make decisions, understand what the path of being a founder and entrepreneur looks like, and to give folks a glimpse of what happens in a week-to-week basis instead of what you might read on the other end of a press release, because the two are very different. Part of building in public is exciting for me because I get to share all these new learnings that I'm experiencing today, but I get to share them as well and scale the sharing. So I already talked to a bunch of founders that are well on their way, but also some new folks that are just getting started. But I want to start to make that a bit more accessible in a way that helps me better use my time to the best of my ability, but also give folks a bit more of a glimpse so they can learn in more of an experiential way instead of trying to cram a bunch of learning into a 30-minute, 45-minute conversation. And so it's a bit about me and a bit about the goals that I hope to achieve here. And so I'm going to be sharing a bunch of seemingly random things. So whether it's my running journey or what it's like being a screenwriter, I just started Aikido a couple of months ago. And so sharing a bit about that. But I think what will be the through line is my openness and ability to sort of put myself in new environments and situations to grow and learn, and how that sort of muscle memory over years and decades has helped me be the best entrepreneur and founder and leader that I think I can be. Venture is the same as a previous venture. Even looking at two different companies in the same industry at the same time period can have very different experiences. And I'll go into a little bit about why that's the case in more of a sort of educational sort of video. But the TLDR is that we're all living unique experiences, obviously, but there is no counterfactual for us, meaning we can't relive the same sort of things twice. And therefore, no two founders or companies have the same experiences, regardless of if they're in the same industry, during the same time period, or in the same location. And because of that, that forces the founding teams and the entrepreneurs to really hone their skills around understanding the external environment around them and how to shape that external environment to reflect the sort of vision that they have for the future, but also find ways in which that external environment aids and supports the growth that the founding team has to get towards that future that they have for themselves. And so I hope that this is going to be, at a minimum, entertaining. I'm going to try to be honest and transparent. You see the setup here. This is very low frills. And so I'm going to work on the production stuff. It won't just be me with a blank white background here, but I'm also not going to let that stop me from sharing along the journey as well. There will be some content around vlogging. I'm starting a new venture in sustainability here in Germany. I'm going to document as much as I can around that story, the things that help me be the best person and entrepreneur possible, which are going to revolve around my spirituality practices, how I keep my body in a good balanced state so that I can show up and do my best every single day and what that looks like. And then third, just like sharing the learnings And along the way, while I'm learning on this new journey, starting a new company, I'm obviously going to be building again new systems in a new environment, a new country, a new continent, a new industry. And so while I learn, I want to make sure that I'm also sharing how I've approached this new learning process for me, which I think will have good trickle down sort of effects for helping other folks think about how they can think about building systems for them to learn quickly as well. So I'll catch y'all next week.